listening to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro, the place to learn about new technology and technological advances before they become mainstream. This podcast is sponsored by Ingram Micro's Imagine Next. It's not about the destination. It's about going someplace you never thought possible. Go to imaginenext.ingrammicro.com to find out more. Let's get into it.
Welcome to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro. I'm your host, Shelby Skrhak, and my guest today is Jay Wozniak, B2B Sales Manager at ZAGG Inc. Jay, welcome.
Yeah, Shelby, thank you very much for having me, and welcome everybody. It's great to be here.
Thank you. Well, today we are talking about some of the products and brands that make up ZAGG Inc. But first, Jay, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you made your way to ZAGG.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we had 4 hours, I could go into my entire career. We're not going to do that. But I'm in my 35th year in this industry, and I got to tell you, it's been a fun ride. I started off in Harvard Square starting at a one-store computer reseller store where we sold to Kennedy School of Government, Harvard University, so on and so forth. From there, I worked distribution. I worked for a company called Micro United, which at the time was owned by United Stationers. Got moved to Chicago. Spent 6 years there, got moved back, where I handled all of Staples' North American business for United Stationers. Left there, and then I just began working for some manufacturers, notably C2G, which is now Cables to Go, and now ZAGG Brands, where I am today.
Excellent. Well, so ZAGG is the parent company of four different popular mobile accessory brands. So tell us about those. Tell us about those brands.
Yeah, we actually, underneath our umbrella, we used to have 7 companies, but we sold a couple of them off. So what's left are 4 of our core, right? And we believe in mobility and able to one-stop shop for consumers. They are ZAGG, which is our cases, keyboard cases for Apple. Invisible Shield, which is glass for everyone and anyone, because we have 5 different flavors for everybody. We have our Mophie, which is our power solutions, and then our Gear 4, which we just brought over from Europe, which is our phone cases. And so when we wake up every morning, I just think of those 4 brands and how we can provide solutions to the resellers and the end users.
Well, as a consumer, I think I've seen the black and yellow logo of ZAGG products there in stores, but for B2B, that's a newer vertical. So why ZAGG for business? And I guess what sectors have ZAGG's products entered into most?
Yeah, so we started off the company being just a retail play. So I mean, we're in. If you ever go into a Verizon or T-Mobile or an AT&T or a Walmart, we're on their shelves in every single store primarily. However, there was an opportunity where businesses who don't really purchase from those folks direct, so we started the B2B division, and with the help of Ingram, we're able to distribute our products through customers, 20,000 different types of customers, which is awesome. So and we're seeing it grow year over year. And it really doesn't affect the retail channel. It really doesn't. We haven't seen, in other words, a Verizon wouldn't see, a CDW, a SHI, or any other one, B2B customer as really a competitor. So it's kind of nice. It's almost like you have your own channel, if you will, that we don't overstep our boundaries.
Well, speaking of the different brands that you have, I'm a very devoted user of power banks, but I don't know much about the Mophie juice pack. So tell us a little bit about that and what what some of those uses are for.
Well, first off, thank you for being a devoted customer of ours. Much appreciated. So our Mophie juice packs, right? We have this device where for the 7, 8, and SE models, it's our juice pack where hospitals use it. And basically what it is, it fits over the phone and you hit a button and it basically charges your phone up to 27 hours. Where it's applicable is hospitals. The hospital market, especially, COVID, and now after COVID, because all the surgeries that are being done that have been backplay, the staff and everybody are using these for their own in-house software 24/7. we have this device where we're able to logo it, and these things are being used almost like candy. We have so many major hospitals in the U.S. that are using these things, and it's been a great solution for them as well as for us, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. With hospitals, they don't have laptops, attached to the hip. They need this information, and so yes, they're using, cellular devices to basically run all of the software, look things up. They're using that in their day to day life. So it absolutely makes sense. You need that to be powered all the time.
It, absolutely, and included that with that is our glass, where we have antimicrobial glass that goes along with it. So again, with all the germs and with all the all the stuff that's going around, most of our glass, all of our glass in our cases now are antimicrobial, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, what are some of the lesser known features of ZAGG brands products, or are some of the lesser known products themselves that consumers and our B2B listeners may not know about?
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. This is how we differentiate ourselves. For example, with our invisible shield, our glass, we have 5 different models, that we go to market with. Our Glass Elite, which is the basic line. Then we go our Glass Elite Anti Glare. Then we have the Glass Elite with Vision Guard, which is blue light. Again, as the population gets older, for the eyes, it really helps. And then we have our XDR, and we license with a company called D3O, and they provide a solution that we write a check every single month, because of the fact that their solution is, when it's hardened, we're able to use it in some of our glass as well as our phone cases. And then naturally our privacy, and how we differentiate ourselves with privacy. We have 4-way, so it's landscape or portrait, and that's pretty cool. The other thing is our warranty. We have a lifetime warranty on our glass. We have a 2-year warranty on our Mophie products, and we also have a lifetime warranty on our cases, which I don't think too many people know about that. So that's a huge differentiator for us.
The privacy glass is interesting because I don't think that's something that a lot of people are aware of. Basically, it's just a film that you put over. And now the last one that I had used was at least 10 years ago, so I'm sure they've improved. At the time, it kind of darkened your screen a little bit for you also, but then when you looked at it from the side, it was basically obscured. Is that
Yeah, 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 that's right, exactly right. As people are traveling more, or they're out more in the open, planes, trains, automobile type of thing. Yeah, it's nice to have the privacy.
I think I might need that for my teenage son, who is very interested in everything I do on my phone.
Well, we're going to have to make sure we outfit you accordingly.
Yes.
You may
So,
know somebody now.
right, right. Well, so when we talk about the supply chain issues that have affected so many businesses, um, how has the supply chain affected ZAGG and its ability to ship products to businesses?
So the nice thing about our products, again, so we shrunk the amount of brands that we go to market with, but we were able to really focus on the 4 categories that we really hone in on. So with that said, our stocking levels are really strong right now. In other words, our ZAGG, we've got several tens of thousands of cases. The Mophie is probably the only challenge because they're batteries, and we really can't overnight those. So we have to plan, our buy-ins, and really stage those. But everything else, our stock is very, I'll go up against anybody as far as stocking. And the nice thing is Ingram it does have stock, and if they don't have it, we have it in our warehouse where we can do a direct drop ship for anybody, and we do that today, and we continue to work and make sure. And for example, if a reseller has a customer and they're in California, let's say, we can make sure that we have product for them with the quantities forecasted. So it kind of works out well.
Yeah, it does. Well, As we start to wrap up our episode, we always ask our guests the same final question, and that's, where do you see technology going in the next year? I know that's super broad, but I guess if you were to get the crystal ball out, where do you see technology going this year?
So I view it like this, and I'll break it down by category, right? I think K through 12, for example, everyone, it used to be where they had shared information, shared devices. We're seeing more one-on-one stuff. So everyone, because of COVID, because of the schools, some people were going into school classrooms, other people weren't. Now it's one-to-one. So we're going to continue to see that, which is huge. I mean, that's a good opportunity for everybody, every reseller. So there's going to be more devices. Healthcare and medical. I mean, I just had a surgery myself, and the places are booming as the population gets older, Shelby. They are going to need everything from, antimicrobial stuff that we have to more portable devices. And I see that more hospitals are being built today. I see that as a huge opportunity. And then for corporate America, again, we have more people working from home, or they're working from anywhere, right? Whether you can bring your notebook or your iPad or your Samsung or what have you. And companies now realize you don't have to be in the office all the time. So with that said, there's a bandwidth that they have to, whether it be VPN or, they have to invest. So IT is going to, again, transform, and because of COVID. And there's going to be more opportunity because there's going to be more devices out there that people are going to be using.
Yeah.
So I view this industry is going to be booming for a long time.
Makes sense. Well, for listeners who want to find out more about what we talked about today, how can they reach out?
Well, Gabby Albert is our funded head here at Ingram. You can reach out to her or myself. No problem. And our goal is to get back to you as quickly as we can with whether it be a quote, whether it be information, whether it be a sample, if there's a nice opportunity. And by the way, I can get on Teams calls with just about anybody, and help close or help them understand who we are, what we do, and what's in it for them.
Excellent. That's super helpful. Well, Jay, I really appreciate your time and your insight. Thank you so much for joining me.
Shelby, it's been a pleasure. And thanks everyone for your time too, and good selling. And if I can help in any way, let me know.
Thank you. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in and subscribing to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro. If you like this episode or have a question, please join the discussion on Twitter with the hashtag B2B Tech Talk. Until next time, I'm Shelby Skrhak.
You've been listening to B2B Tech Talk with Ingram Micro. This episode was sponsored by Ingram Micro's Imagine Next. B2B Tech Talk is a joint production with Sweetfish Media and Ingram Micro. Ingram Micro production handled by Laura Burton and Christine Fan. To not miss an episode, subscribe today on your favorite podcast platform.